caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire.
Wicket was taken. Now he's coming in to say something to Jadeja. Jadeja had something to say to him as well. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But now they've won, and that's all that matters. Intervention with some of the other players. Reiner and Jadeja going off now as the winners. Whether he dropped a catch or not doesn't matter. And outstanding performance by India, and very comprehensive winners by 102 runs under the Duckworth-Lewis method.
For a while, but as I mentioned, the placement was good, and 4 valuable runs to New Zealand.
So 6 off the over. A good result here as a single to Scott Styris. A better result is another boundary if he can get it. And he can. Not happy, Mitchell Johnson, not happy. Oh, hello. Hello, hello. 2:44 for 7, the 2 is on.
Well, face to face, Scotty Styris and Mitchell Johnson. So Mitchell Johnson's gone for back-to-back boundaries. Now, I'm not sure whether there was anything said after this. Scotty Styris might have said, how do you like that? That was the ball before. Bit of contact. And then this is the second boundary. Away in a similar spot. Ryan Harris couldn't track it down. And then a bit of glove pointing and a bit of, well, helmet to forehead almost looked like.
I haven't seen this for a long time. Oh! Not quite sure I'd be wanting to headbutt a helmet, but Brad Haddin right in the middle of it, straight away. And I'm not quite sure whether they clashed running between the wickets and in terms of the follow-through. It seemed to me as if that was what it was about. I've got a right to run there and I've got a right to be there myself.
And he can't grip properly. It's the guiding hand. A bit of a mix-up here. Suleiman Ben, he was putting the hip and shoulder in. Mitchell Johnson, he's not the shortest, and there's a little bit of a go. Ben's never far from an incident.
And it's good that the Australians are finally going to dish something back to him. He's been standing close and invading personal space in a few players and always in on the action, so that's fine. Brad Haddin, get out of his way and let him run.
When Pak Expo tu, Brina? Ha? You fought the point here back at me, Big Man. Mom to you, boss. What that thing for joke, Well,
it's interesting to see what actually happened in the running. Suleiman Ben's quite entitled to go and try and field the ball. I suppose at times players will come together when a situation like that happens. I think it depends on how it's handled afterwards.
Watch your yeah, Big Man. Watch yourself and me, Big, yeah? I'm watching. Don't about at me, man.
Well, he's got to get on with it here. Suleiman Ben has had enough to say. I think you're right, Tubby. He was entitled to go straight for the ball. A batsman was in the way. That was Mitchell Johnson, and that happens. Oh, good delivery. At times, the bounce that he gets hurts him. Good to be in between bat, by-guard, and misses the top of the stumps.
Great delivery. Let's have a look at what Brad Haddin might have done. That's Mitchell Johnson having the collision. So both men pretty entitled to do that. There's a little bit of jersey tugging and obstruction, and then Haddin reacted straight away. Listen, stay out of his way. And that's what Suleiman Ben took offence to, the bat pointing, by the sound of the conversation from there on.
Boy, a bit of spice here at the Wacker. 5 for 462.
should get 2, if not more.
See that on replay, see what he did then.
Shane Watson just having a chat to the umpire. Gambier just a bit of argy-bargy between the oh dear, words exchanged. The battle's on.
So I think Watson told him something when he went past him. And that's what sparked off the reaction from Gambhir. As he goes past him, he sticks his arm out, and Gambhir says, "Okay, even I have an arm."
Feeling for something that would be, I think, only in those, but only we know. But now we see some sort of theatrical stuff on the field. And we see George O'Brien and Jason Anderson
video
getting into a sort of squabble. That's a little bit of discussion going on here in the middle of the field. Between players. It's sort of unnecessary stuff as well. Unnecessary sort of debate and discussion of players. It's the heat of the game, and players are, exchanging of words, and sometimes it's a little bit of fun, and then there's a fine line.
We're going to take
let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
Yep.
Commercial break. And we'll be back momentarily. You're listening to the Champions Finals, live from Lord's, Mix 106 FM.
Exactly.
Job at Miandad's line, and we very nearly had ourselves a fight on the ground. Job at Miandad prepared to go around him. Lily moving across into his way. Now remember, Job at Miandad's out of his crease there.
Desperate to dance. Watch here as Lily shows us a bit of the sidestep shuffle.
And as you can see, he's there aiming a kick at Javed Miandad, and Miandad aiming to
bowling. Best has the last laugh. Oh no, this is crossing the line here. Physical contact, and Malik did not take too kindly to whatever was said from Tino, and that is a match referee job. Both players there a bit hot under the collar. Wow. Tino's having the last word, literally and otherwise. Cannot react. Malik, you cannot touch. It's a good line. Malik went too far across, looking to exploit short fine leg, but it's what happened after. Yeah, you can't do that. There's a line, all cricketers talk about the line, and it's almost an imaginary line, but I would imagine physical contact is crossing it. 128 for 2.